I see a lot of people saying Tien was trash in this week's episode, and the only response I have for you guys is, if Vegeta hasn't even gotten Super Saiyan God, the form that Goku got at the beginning of the series in the anime, what makes you think that they're gonna give Tien some real spotlight? Because y'all want me to be honest with you, I thought Tien was gonna get downed. I didn't even think he'd take Harmira out. You know, forget about the Tri-Beam, forget about his damn Shadow Clones, I didn't even think he would make it over there to take Harmira out. I legit thought somebody'd have to save him, like Krillin would have to jump from the sidelines onto the Tournament of Power platform. I know that's illegal, but it'd still have to happen. Or maybe, Dr. Rhoda gets back up in time and saves the day, right? I thought somebody would actually have to save Tien. So for him to grab the win at the end, saving a lot of characters from a lot of suffering, a lot of misery, was okay to me. I enjoyed Tien in this episode, and no, I'm not let down by him, and I don't think he was trash this week. Granted, it was a little rusty for him to let his guard down at the end, and he kind of went down first if you want to get technical about it, but that's what made the final play the best, right? It's the fact that this dude thought he could get away, and all of a sudden you got 3 Tiens basically putting him in a hold and downing him. So I was totally cool with what they did with Tien. Now, I know some people might not like the way the episode was structured, because technically for a Tien episode, if you want to call it a Tien episode, they spent, a decent amount of time on other characters that weren't Tien in our universe, like Gohan and Piccolo. And for somebody who's a member of our team to not even be able to get one episode for real, yeah, I understand. But all these fake Tien fans, the Tien fans that are just rising up under the ashes when I never hear anybody talk about Tien for week after week after week after week. Since the Tournament of Power started, I don't remember hearing too many comments from you guys like, man, I really can't wait for Tien to go in next week. So now that you guys got your little Tien bit and he goes out of bounds and he actually helps us out, y'all can't complain. Because I'd much rather Tien go down than, for instance, Piccolo, who was getting messed up pretty good, right? First time his arm got shot, the second time both his arms got shot defending Gohan. I'd rather Tien go down than some of our more powerful members. And keep in mind, we only have 2 members out. We got Krillin and Tien, so our team is really good. I mean, in one episode, guys, like 5 of the Pride Troopers got wiped out. So that says something about how our team is built. We're definitely one of the stronger teams in the Tournament of Power. Now, one thing I felt was a little weird about this episode was the fact that it felt like there was only Universe 7 in the episode, right? And I understand why they did that. They wanted to emphasize on how dangerous this sniper was and make it really seem like Universe 7 would struggle a lot. Give them basically an excuse to nerf Universe 7. But when it feels like the only other character on the entire platform outside of Universe 7 is Jiren, and we see Jiren just like turning around for a second as Vegeta's like, the only thing that's left to do is take out the rest of them. And an episode where there's a sniper targeting the entire platform, it's kind of weird. Wait, I'm sorry, my bad. Outside of the snipers, we had Dr. Rhoda, right? Dr. Rhoda was in this episode. I don't want you guys to forget. Make sure before you go to sleep tonight that you remember that Dr. Rhoda was in this episode. I'm honestly surprised dude didn't die at the beginning of the episode. Like, the only reason he did it was because, that would disqualify the sniper and we wouldn't have the episode, but I was honestly shocked to see Dr. Rhoda come in at the end of the episode and try and take on Pram. Not like it lasted very long, because he didn't even have a chance to address his own technique. Vegeta just blasted the both of them off the arena, and honestly, that was probably my favorite part of the episode. Just seeing Vegeta like, I'm done with this, like, I'm tired of this is getting annoying. Bye, guys. Our boy Vegeta was not trying to watch Dr. Rhoda and Pram go at it and make it into the next, episode's preview where it's like, find out what Dr. Rhoda does in next week's episode. Vegeta wasn't trying to see that, and he was trying to save us from seeing that as well. Now, this episode felt very strategical at certain points, which is what made me really enjoy certain aspects of this episode. Now, you could toss aside, like, Goku and Vegeta throwing rocks at Pram because, alright, that was kind of meant for comedy relief. Ki Blast don't work on this dude, he simply absorbs it and reflects it, so they gotta actually take him out physically, right? They can't just dart energy at him because guess who else is darting energy at him? Harmira, right? That's the name. My bad, guys, these names though, right? Harmira shoots Pram, Pram absorbs it, and then that's how he attacks. So you can't use that same strategy that your opponents are using on you on your opponents. But for instance, just seeing Gohan and Piccolo, they're struggling to hide as these things are bouncing off on each other. It's like these guys are not safe no matter where they go. In fact, my favorite play was when Piccolo detected that the reason they're being traced is because of the heat, right? Their body heat is getting them off on this radar, and we actually see the radar and we see them being pinpointed. So Piccolo starts creating all this heat everywhere, and it works for a second. But then we got these dudes just like creating all of these light beams, and they just start attacking everywhere. And so they're really struggling there. I mean, imagine you're on the dance floor and you got all these disco lights everywhere, and the object is to not let that light hit you. It's gonna freaking hit you eventually, right? So that's Gohan and Piccolo's situation. They're hiding there, but soon they're going to be out there in the open to get attacked. And it don't help when Goku and Vegeta are going to the Reflecto dude, and it's Tien. It's Tien the one that's going to the actual sniper, because it needs to be reversed. It needs to be the stronger guys take out the sniper, and this Reflecto dude, I mean, anybody could take him out. You could throw rocks at this dude and take this dude out. Although it was really cool seeing Goku and Vegeta fire off shots together, even if it got reflected, right? That Gaelic combo got me wet. And in the preview for this week's episode, I talked about, like, why is Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue whereas Goku's in base form, like when they're firing off shots, because they focused on that scene. But I also said that I'm kind of colorblind and sometimes I can't really tell the difference. So anyways, no excuses. It was the Gaelic that actually made him look like that. It wasn't the fact that he was in Super Saiyan Blue. Now, at some point, Gohan and Piccolo couldn't fight, right? Piccolo was just too weak. He regenerated too much. Gohan was pretty much carrying him, and that's the excuse they used to give this episode to Tien. When it comes to Dragon Ball Super Episode 106, guys, I think y'all are making up fake outrage. I think y'all love Tien in this episode and you just want to complain, alright? This wasn't the best episode by no means, but it wasn't bad either. In fact, I don't hear anybody bringing up how weak Zeno's senses is. He can't even tell what's going on the arena. Grand Priest had explained to him that there's a sniper. You know, when Goku's figuring out that there's a sniper and there's a dude reflecting the shots, but Zeno's senses are worse than some of the gods below him, and his distance for vision is like a regular human being's, that shows me that he's got crazy power, but he doesn't have very many skills like that, and he can